Greetings, YouTube. I, like most people, not all, have a face. And it took me a long time to figure out how to use this face in a way that other people would at least think of as relatively normal. Because coming into the world, I didn't know how to use my face. Because I'm autistic. And I know I've been talking a lot about this lately, but the point is that it helped explain to me so many things. And I am discovering new ones all the damn time. Um, Recently, I had a number of things go bad one day. And I just didn't have the strength and the power, the energy to keep up my face. Because this is an act. All the facial expressions you're seeing, my eyebrows, my smile, all of that, it's utter bullshit. I had to learn how to do that. It didn't come naturally. And I can just turn it off. Now, it doesn't really translate well on camera. You'd have to have a cinematographer to really do it justice. But in person, it makes me into the uncanny valley. Because I just kind of go, and now I don't have any of that. It's just gone. And when I'm depressed, this is what I've got. Now, I could always do that. And I always thought it was funny that I could turn my face off. But, and this is probably not going to shock you, it never occurred to me that most people can't do that. It's weird that someone can just go and turn off their face. And I did it one day when my wife was there. And the look of horror that she displayed in response to that little trick terrified me. Because I had put myself into the uncanny valley for her. I had instantaneously turned myself into a zombie right before her eyes. And she told me to never, ever do it again. And I haven't. But I can do it. And one of the things I've discovered is that when I'm in public, because I always wear a mask when I am inside any building, work, stores, doesn't matter. I go inside a building, I have a mask on. That I don't have to turn my face on when I'm wearing a mask. Because it's harder to see when all you can see is from the bridge of my nose to my neck. You can't see that. Sorry about that. It just disappears. All you can see is this. That's it. And it's a lot of energy to do this. And so when I'm depressed, and it still happens, my antidepressants haven't erased my my depression, but it has gotten it under control. So a depressive episode that I experience now might last hours or days. Where in the past, before I had therapy, before I had an understanding of what depression is, before I got antidepressants, those depressive episodes would last weeks or months. So I'll take hours and days over weeks and months anytime. But having a mask on means I don't have to pretend so much. I'm not required to. Now, people can still see when you're smiling, when you're relating to each other, even though you're both wearing masks. But they don't notice it so much if you don't. And that's helpful to me. It's helpful to me to know that I can not have to do all that work, that I can just and be without all of the energy that it takes to keep the facade up, quite literally. But I've gotten used to it. It's just something I've always done because I had to. Because if you're a child and you don't have emotions on your face, it has been my experience, only speaking for myself, you'll get hit. So you learn how to fake it so you don't get hit. Yeah, it's a pretty good quick method of training someone to do something that they don't do naturally. Violence will do that. Um, and it's one of the reasons that I despise people hitting children so much. How it's one of those few things that makes me want to just snap my fingers and make them cease to exist. Because I really don't take it well. Um, the safest place in the whole universe for a kid is sitting next to me. I actually had a parent tell me that once. Because it was a parent who would strike their child. But they wouldn't do it in front of me. And they told me that. Because they knew there would be repercussions if they did. I like my face. I've earned it. All the lines, all the creases, all the grays, it's mine. I may occasionally have a little bit of a body dysmorphia with it. The whole body, in fact. I do suffer from a degree of body dysmorphia. But it's mine. And no one else can have it. And the last person that came the closest is no longer with us. So I'm the last one that's got this face. I am now no longer a carbon copy of somebody else. I'm just me. All right, I've blathered on about faces long enough. But sometimes I like having that mask on because it means I don't have to spend the energy. I can just walk around in public without my face on and nobody knows. But I like my smile. It just isn't one that came to me naturally. I had to figure out how to do that one on my own.